Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Torrent, here playing as the Qing Empire. We are by far the largest empire in the game. In fact, we're almost larger than the Ottomans, the same distance that Holland is a great power. Interesting. We are currently dealing with some rebels, and we are moving towards, rather rapidly, hitting Courting Country, which I am looking forward to hopefully doing correctly this time. Although I'm not looking forward to the sheer amount of rebels I'm going to have to kill. We do have 3 rebel groups right now. I believe Mongolian? No. Whatever those guys are pronounced as. Kazaki and Kievan separatists. Kievan. Okay. Apparently we lost our general there, and we don't have enough to build a new one. Great. Absolutely great. We're at 100% power projection though, which is a positive. And I think we're actually not doing that bad in terms of army professionalism either. Anyhow, we'll throw you in there. Okay, that is those rebels dealt with. We have one heck of a very large army wandering around. Using them to smash most of our rebels. Ming separatists, only 50,000. More rebels we squash now, the less I guess we have to deal with Courting Country. Maybe. We slightly offended those guys, that's okay. We can now fight a war with Japan. I'm not sure I particularly am ready for it though. Next month though, we hit Courting Country. Assuming somehow our unrest doesn't get lower in the meantime. There we go. Courting Country has been triggered. I am the state. Tokugawa separatists. Ooh, that actually might take a little bit of work to kill. Okay. Actually, that army should be able to deal with those rebels. Let's move you to deal with these rebels. And any chance I can harsh treat any of these? Probably not. They're all rather high. Luckily, we should be able to stop all those revolts. We dealt with the biggest possible revolt, which was particulars. 198,000 rebels. Ugh. How awful. So many separatists, I can't even click through it all fast enough. And okay. Those rebels were stopped. Lots more rebels popping up every which way. Alright, you are moving to deal with them. Lots of separatists incoming. What is the actual damage of Courting Country? I'm kind of curious. Has to last 10 years of disaster, reduce tax, reduce goods, and lower absolutism. No wonder I'm having a little bit of income issue. Lower rooting out of corruption for the moment. Save me a little bit of cash. That is being dealt with. Okay, that should, once that's done, mean that the corruption's under control again. Those guys are rebuilding. These guys are hunting. Unless there's no rebels up here, we should be half decent. I like my little vassal of Buriyata who's scurrying around, sieging what they can. Nice little backup force. Oh, you go there, you go there. Whew. Okay, Asakuran rebels in China. There we go, dealt with. You can now really start moving towards a state of more stability, ideally. Where are you guys going? I thought they were rebels. Shouldn't they have just ended up fighting them in there? Sometimes I don't entirely understand how all these rules work. All I know is we're probably going to go into debt. How are we dealing with absolutism? We are, actually, we have to just keep picking the absolutism events, if I remember. And hopefully we don't run out of manpower in the meantime. Let's send you north to there, send you to there. Probably half the issue is that we're reinforcing mercenaries for 50 gold alone. Oh, bother. Apparently we gotta arrest these guys. Okay. Anything for our dear queen? No. We're not gonna waste that much money on paying off a debt at the moment. Apparently we smashed a rebel group down there, which is good to see. That should have dealt with most of our corruption, yes. As we're devoting 1 admin power to it, let's cancel our rooting out of it. How are our colonies doing? That one's going well, that one's going slightly better. Our trade, still funneling quite a bit there. 30 gold per trade, not bad. Could of course be better, but considering we only got, what, 3 trade nodes feeding into us, I'm fine with that. Treasury is still falling. Oh, that's convenient. Those rebels popped up exactly where my army was. Let's restrain from attacking for at least a month. Eesh. Rebels, rebels everywhere. Rooting out separatism. Oh, that's going to take a while. Cause lots more rebellions. Save Beijing. Beijing has been saved. Okay. These rebel suppressing armies are still functioning perfectly. We will acknowledge that fact. Actually, our harmony should be recovering slowly, which is going to help a little bit. It's a shame it increases development costs so much. A nice little way of preventing them to be it from being too powerful, I guess. If it had no big downside, everyone would want to be Confucius. Now we're gonna go for measuring the world. And you're gonna occupy that. Ooh, perfect opportunity to strengthen our ranks. Their loyalty will be rewarded. That'll help a little bit on that front. Probably gonna go into debt here though. And we'll move you there, there, there. Japan is still under control for the moment. Most of the rebels seem to be outside of Japan. Calm, separatists. Okay. Joy of supporting country, I guess. There we go. And alone. I don't mind. Once the courting country disaster is over, the loan will go by relatively quickly. I just gotta keep good level of absolutism. And keep squashing all these continuous rebellions in these small provinces. We could probably repress some of them. I think it's better to actually fight them though. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. Rebels, 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 rebels. I knew what I was doing when I got into this, but it's still a pain. Okay. I have to send a force up north to deal with that. I don't dare move my army out of Japan in the event of a war with Japan. That's my only defense. Soviet separatists now. Ay, ay, ay. You're not actually marching anywhere, are you? Oh, you know what I should do? I should reestablish tributary states. I'm an idiot. Let's start with the easy ones. Let me click the map, although that screen's open. A little frustrating. Let's send you to there. See how these guys are doing. I'm actually kind of curious. Have they developed their lands really at all? Doesn't look like they actually are bothering to develop their lands, which seems a little stupid. Right, you are going to... Oh, they don't actually have to go down there, but they are. Quarantine influenza, of course. Don't want any plagues if possible. Plagues are not allowed. Especially influenza. Okay, that's dealt with. March it over there. You know what? I think I'll trigger high income just to get the buildings tax income. It's not a lot, but it does help. A little bit at least. Really? These guys right there keep revolting. It's like they have some inherent need to rebel consistently. That fort should restrain those rebels for the moment. I don't entirely know why that army's marching where it is, but it is. Although, to be fair, I'm perfectly happy if most of the rebels start revolting in the former Korean capital. It makes my life a lot less of an issue chasing them around the map. Despite losing as many men as I am, gaining 1,000 a month is keeping my my manpower up. Oops. Who just died and where? Oh, you just died. You're the least important of my generals. They got away again. Rebels have definitely improved since the early days of Europa. They're much better at not getting instantly killed. Where in the world are you? Sorry, I'm curious. Right there. Need one heck of a force to take the southern area back. Russia has now rivaled me. Great. Counter-rival Russia. Get a few more tributary states set up if we can. Kachar. Oh, that's nice. The guys who killed Bengal. And we'll send you south. Detour to there and then back. How much further do we have to get? I wish it would tell me how many years I had to last. You know what? I'm going to click the benefits over time. Hopefully that will help. Yeah, that should balance out the huge loss of income we're suffering from. So we're going to need that army down there as well. Great. Big territory, slow marching speeds. They're going to go deal with the Siberian rebels, which is fine with me. Russia just declared war on me. Oh, bother. Russia has 246,000 infantry. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this suddenly just became an entirely different game. Let's get any banners I have left to raise. I don't think so. Get 1 there. Get 5 there, apparently. Double check my culture, just want to make sure. 5 there. Oh, we have all of this land up here. I could turn into Manchu territories at some point. Fine. Pull you 3 altogether. I have to pull my Japanese force out of Japan for the moment, which means we need to repress. Ideally, I'd like to repress most of the Japanese ones. Oh, we don't actually have. Actually, do have a lot of separatists. Yeah, let's pull you out of here. And we'll repress the Japanese as much as possible. Hopefully that will delay any disasters for some time. Doesn't actually really get me any more absolutism because I'm pretty sure we're maxed out. Yeah, 64. Hate leaving just one sole army to hunt things down, but it might be what I'm looking at. They're going for my capital. Ugh. Okay. Oh, most of my territory out here I'm gonna have to abandon to Russia, which is not good. At least we're in a war. Let's squash these rebels to the south. And now we've got a coalition. It's even better. Pulling you all together there. Let's raise some more infantry then. And raise some cannon. Apparently we over our force limit, going over our force limit. Hopefully some of my colonies will be done soon and then I don't have to worry about them. Save me some money as well. Those 2 are marching south. I really want to stop the Cambodians and Yuthahan rebels. Now, Russia's going to be suffering a lot of casualties there. Let's upgrade my fort in Beijing. Actually, let's upgrade. Actually, they don't have cannon. They still, for some reason, are not building cannon and artillery. Means in the scheme of things, should be an easier war than that. Worried if Great Britain shows up, though. I can take on Great Britain, but it won't be as easy as I thought it would be. I have no allies, of course. Nor do I think anyone in the world wants to be my ally. The only thing I can hope for, fingers crossed, is that maybe I can persuade a great power to intervene. What other great powers are we looking at? France. Aragon hates me to some degree. Holland. Be better off trying to persuade the Ottomans, huh? Okay. Coalition's growing. Hopefully that won't become an issue. Ooh, this could be the end of the empire. This could easily be the end of the empire. More rebels. More rebels. Okay, that's dealt with. Ming have entered a coalition against us. I didn't think Russia would attack us, but apparently they figured we'd grown weak enough. So, let's put these guys to intercept enemy fleets. Probably in the South China Sea. I don't know what that's going to really accomplish because Great Britain has, you know, a overwhelmingly naval superiority, but it might manage to waylay some of their transports. You don't want to actually occupy that province first, if you would. Now the Russians should, if I'm correct, start suffering some rather nasty attrition wandering through my land at some point. Some point, obviously, not right now. Doesn't appear to be any rebels in Japan at the moment. Good. If we could get up another military tech level, that would help a lot. Those guys are still going to go north. Still marching south. They did take that fort, which is a problem. 37 months they could get independence. When does court and country re-expire? I would love to know. Okay, deal with that. They've split up, which is an advantage for us. So we can smash those rebels, and then we're going to eventually have to turn on fighting Russia. I wish I knew what their morale and everything are. I might look that up in between episodes. And in the meantime, though, that will be it from me. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys all in another video. Bye for now.